All right. Hello, I'm William Naden, and I'm here with Cooley Guitars. And today we're interviewing Ava. So, Ava, introduce yourself. Tell us about you.
I'm Ava Hollingsworth. I started music at like 14 years old. My grandpa gave me my first guitar then.
Ooh, what kind of guitar was it?
It was a Martin. I
Nice.
loved it. Still have it. And yeah, and then around like sophomore year of high school, I joined a band for the first time, and that was kind of my introduction into like playing live music and really
Okay.
understanding it. So there was a lot of nerves involved at first, where it was like,
Sure.
oh crap, I'm on stage. Um, but I ended up really loving it, and discovered that that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So for the last few years, I've been trying to like start up a career with it and just practicing every day and learning more every day. And yeah, now I go by Ava Frank online, and I have my band Camelot with Lucas. He goes by Make Cave, um, and yeah. Um,
Okay. So, yeah, that opens up a number of things. First off, you mentioned when you were on stage, right? With the first band that you were with.
yeah.
And it kind of, in that, you found your your drive and your purpose, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Tell us a little bit more, like that feeling behind that, or why that is.
Oh man. Okay, so whenever I joined the Couches, it was I was singing other people's lyrics, and I was kind of going with what the band had created already, and that's fun. That's definitely fun until it's not. And then you discover that you wanna start creating all these things, and I made a lot of really bad songs
Hmm.
at first, and um, I wanted to have my own voice. I felt kind of muddled in that sense. Not that anything that I was singing was bad. I really loved that band.
Yeah.
It was just I wanted to speak my own way.
So, what was the structure of that band? You were the lead singer.
I was the lead singer. Yeah.
Okay, and were you in charge of writing the lyrics, or was that delegated
No,
to someone
no,
else?
that was already done whenever I joined the
Oh,
band.
interesting.
We started writing more stuff eventually, and I got to input, but it was mostly we would go out, we would practice, we'd play live, we would practice, we would play live.
Oh, okay.
And we never really got anything recorded, and yeah, and then I left the band after a
So,
while.
so was there a specific moment though when you were on stage and you felt that inertia of like, I found
Yeah.
my calling? Like, was there a particular performance or a particular song tied to that emotion?
Yeah, actually, it was an emo show. It's actually kind of funny. Oh gosh, was it that show actually? I don't know. It was one of the shows at the end, which was a small venue in Nashville, where we had this huge crowd because we were playing with this other band, and this guy started crowd surfing, and I was just up there, existing, doing my
Hmm.
thing. And I was like, holy crap, I'm starting this energy right now, and I wanna give people that energy for the rest of my life, and you know,
All right. So it's that like audience participation and
yeah,
reciprocation kind of thing.
yeah.
I love that.
It's also just like inspiring others that, you know, I wasn't the most outgoing person growing up, and I wasn't the most confident growing up, and like inspiring others that felt the same way as
Mm.
me. I have a tremor, which is a neurological disorder where I
Okay.
shake.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
very noticeable right now, but whenever I get on stage, it becomes like, oh my gosh. Um, but I've kind of learned to deal with it over the years. But I'd like to inspire others to believe that they can do the same, that they can get past those obstacles that
That's
we're born with.
incredibly powerful. And so, do you feel like being on stage kind of brought out what you wanted to be,
Yeah,
more or less, to help you conquer or overcome that
yeah,
in a way?
yeah, most
Okay.
definitely. Yeah,
I love that. So now you mentioned you go by Ava Frank now. Was there
yeah,
any decision behind that
yeah,
instead with like Ava Hollingsworth, let's
yeah.
say?
So my grandpa's name is Frank, and he
Okay.
gave me my first guitar.
First guitar. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's like an ode to Grandpa,
yeah,
like as a thank you.
yeah.
I love that. So was Grandpa musical?
No.
Okay.
He just had a guitar, and yeah, I started playing ukulele, and he saw me doing that, and so you want a guitar, Ava? Um, Absolutely, I do.
Hell yeah.
And that's kind of where it all started.
Okay.
So yeah.
What a great thing. So now you're working pursuing two different ventures. You're pursuing Camelot,
Yeah.
and you are also on the side pursuing Ava Frank.
Yeah.
And so, before we get into Camelot, I want to know what Ava Frank is up to.
Oh man. Well, I have just like a lot of music that I've created over the years, like albums of music, that I wanted something to do with that didn't quite fit Camelot at all once it kind of developed and turned into what it is now. And I just wanted somewhere to put it, like music that I felt really passionate about, yet like I just kept coming back to it, and I was like, well, man, I want to release this under someone.
Right.
So I got to be someone.
Got to be someone. Okay. So
Yeah.
you chose Ava Frank, and so so you have parameters of like what you release as Camelot, right?
Yeah.
And so do you have any kind of parameters for your moniker Ava Frank, or is this like anything under the sun?
It's anything, I'd say. That's mainly for me. Like, that was definitely just kind of, I want to put this out. This is how I feel. I would like other people to be able to listen to it.
I love that. Okay. So tell us then about Camelot. Tell us how that's going and what's in store for Camelot.
Yeah. So that started with me and Lucas a while back. We sat down and created a song called Moth to a Flame, which we recorded in 6 hours. It has some audio hiccups in it. It's kind of funny, but it was like right at the beginning of when we started learning how to do audio production, and we kept writing together after that, and it just kind of turned into a snowball. Now we have a lot of music. Yeah.
Right. So one of the songs that I wanted to ask you about, a really cool song that you made under Camelot is the song Won't Call You. So I wanted to talk about that song a little bit.
Yeah.
Like about what it means to you and maybe the meaning of the song. I don't know if you like to keep the meanings of songs ambiguous,
No.
or you'd like to explain it. So go ahead.
Yeah, I wrote that after going through a breakup. Well, I mean, I've had like a turbulent love life in general.
I think that comes through in the
Yeah.
songs. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of a lot of what I write about. It's all the turbulence in love. Guess I'm bad at it.
No, it means you're good
Yeah.
at it because you're making songs out of it.
Maybe. Yeah. You could say I use love as art, which could be a bad thing. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Taylor Swift does it that way too, and she's doing pretty good.
That's true. But yeah, so that song, I went through a breakup and wrote that, and it was kind of just the longing for something that's not there anymore. It's like, oh, I really want this to be perfect, but I'm not gonna call you.
Yeah.
I want this to be that perfect relationship that we all long for, It's kind of that happy, what's it? I don't know, Disney type
Right.
thing that you want out of love, but you can't have
Yeah.
in that moment. So yeah.
I think most people can relate with that.
Yeah.
I think the way the music comes together
Mhm.
is just very, it's a sweet sound, but you can tell it's kind of sad
Melancholy.
because of the lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think it really, you captured it quite well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
so, no, of course. And so I guess I always say is, who are your main, if you had to give me like a top, let's say 3 artists that you love that directly influence who Ava is as a musician, who might you choose?
I'm gonna say Phoebe Bridgers as the first one. I love her lyrical writing. And actually, in a lot of the newer album that we've written for Camelot, I've used a lot of inspiration from her writing to influence that. And then Upsaw, she's a smaller artist. I really love her vocal harmonies. They just kind of glue a song together in a way that's just gushy. It's nice. And let's see, Peach Pit. I love Peach Pit's guitar melodies. They're very sweet and soft, and yeah.
I like that. I think that makes sense. All of those influences do come through
Yeah.
in the music. I think you're onto something.
Thanks.
So, do you ever have thoughts of like, if younger me saw me now, she'd be proud?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything that I do is to support that inner child in me that was always wanting that as a kid. It's more of like everything that I do now is healing that part of me that was so badly hurt. I'm being the person that I needed whenever I was a little kid. Yeah.
That's incredible. So now looking into the future, imagine it in reverse now. And imagine you're speaking now to yourself, and then in 5 years you'll look back at this interview, and what would you say to yourself in the moment right now?
What would I say to myself from 5 years?
Yeah, let's say you watch this interview 5 years from now.
What do I think that I would say to myself?
Sure. Like what would you
Or
say
I say
like
to myself in 5 years?
what would you say to yourself like in 5 years? Like talking to that person.
You better be doing something. Keep going. I don't know. You get tied up in a lot of things and overthink. If you're still doing that, I'm gonna murder you, Ava. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I like that answer.
But yeah, I hope you're somewhere, Ava.
Okay, so I guess like to wrap things up, I would say, what are some of the latest and greatest songs that are on the way, about to be released, and potentially as well live shows that we can look forward to as well?
Yeah. So there's a song called Lover that's coming out very soon. Actually, I have no idea when. We're waiting on the master for it right now. Hopefully in the next month or so.
All right.
And then a whole album after that, and then Stars, which is actually one I worked on with you, and that's
right.
amazing. It's great.
Thank you. I'm excited about it.
Me too.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then a live show at Tempo, which is actually, it's part of my school, so.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And that's oh gosh, what is the date?
It's the 20th of July.
The 20th of July, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm super looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Ava, thanks for taking the time out to hang with us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
No, of course. And looking forward to so much good stuff. Think about everything you've accomplished in the past year, and just like times 20 that in the next couple years.
Yeah.
It's going to just get better and better. So,
yeah.
No, looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So my name is Ava Frank, and I wrote this song with my band Camelot. And actually, I wrote this song with Will. He'll be playing live with me. Yeah, cool. The song's called Stars. It's about the time we met. If all the places back to regret, it's getting hard in here. Can we feel the love is near? It's getting hard in here. Can we feel the love is near? And I know we just met, but I realize the world is on mine when you're on my side. So see the stars with me. See the stars with me. See the stars. It's getting rather hard to stand. Who knew this would be so grand? It's getting hard. Can we feel the love is near? It's getting hard in here. Can we feel very